So I found this post on the Poke Investing subreddit that I wanted to share with you all because it seems like people are about to have another chance to buy Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer boxes at retail. So we recently just got a Costco drop of Prismatic Evolutions products just about a month and a half ago. It was an Elite Trainer box and a booster bundle, together, and prices dropped. ETBs dropped from like 110, 115 down to like $95 for a short couple days. Then, in the past month, prices went back up to what they were previously. The booster bundles recovered much quicker. The booster bundles didn't drop as much as the ETBs, and the booster bundles are basically back to where they were previously as well. But it seems like that recovery may be short-lived because we are about to have a little bit more product added to the market. It's not going to be booster bundles, but it's just going to be the ETB that will be affected by this product that Sam's Club is releasing. So let's just quickly read this post. I'll give my thoughts about what I think will happen based on the Costco drop. So you can see, new Sam's Club item. At Sam's Club and grabbed one of the last ones after two guys bought almost the whole pallet, $50 a piece. So first, let's just talk about this sentence. So, okay, I'm honestly surprised that Sam's Club doesn't have any sort of limit, right? Because they said that they bought pretty much the whole pallet and it was only two people. Like, it seems like they don't have any limits at whatever Sam's Club this guy's at, which I think is kind of crazy because at this point I feel like, these stores would know that they should put limits in place because of the whole, Pokemon craze. So that's kind of interesting that two people were able to buy almost the whole pallet. And the price is actually also pretty surprising because it's only $50 for this bundle. Now, I don't know how much Pokeballs retail for. Is it $10, $13? Probably somewhere around there. But you're also getting the ETB. So the ETB's MSRP is $50. This is probably $10 to $15, somewhere around there, right? So you're actually buying this for a little bit under MSRP, which is pretty cool. Now, I don't actually know what packs are inside of this Great Ball. I guess at some point we'll know what type of packs are in here based on the number below the Pokeball. It has like some sort of code. But other than that, it seems like it's a pretty good deal. Now, honestly, it's not that surprising that Sam's Club is getting some, Pokemon product. Sam's Club does sell Pokemon cards just like Costco. We saw like Crown Zenith with the Sea and Sky boxes. They also had some other, Pokemon products as well. They had, the Classic Collection. They had, did they have Blooming Waters? I'm not honestly sure. But I know, Sam's Club does get a decent amount of Pokemon product. So it's not that surprising that they're getting some and it's Prismatic Evolutions because Pokemon has said, we're going to try to get some more product. But I think just them getting Prismatic Evolutions is not that surprising because Costco just got some and now Sam's Club is getting some. So now I want to talk about, I guess, what I think will happen to the market of Prismatic Evolutions ETBs based on this information. So if we look at what happened right after the Costco drop, and the Costco drop, I have to mention, was pretty big. Like the whole bundle, there was a lot of them out there. And if you look, you can see what happened. So this was the drop of the Costco. So it dropped, like it started to drop before they actually released. So it went from 120 to around 115, but it really dropped from 115 down to around $95. But it only stayed at $95 for literally like a couple of days. So it dropped about $20 from 115 down to $95. And as you can see, they have recovered basically back to where they were. Now they're about $110. So there's going to be a couple of, big things, or just mainly one big thing of how the market's going to be affected is how big is this drop, right? Costco is a bigger company than Sam's Club, right? And, therefore, it's possible Costco got a bigger supply of Prismatic Evolutions than Sam's Club. So if this Sam's Club drop, right, theoretically, because I don't know if it's big or not, if it's big, right, let's say it's the same size as the Costco drop, right? And right now, the price is around 110. I could see this going back down to where it was previously at $95. I think that's, very possible because if the Costco drop was that big and it went down to 95, I don't see why if that happened again and they're basically at the same price they were previously, it could probably hit the same low. But another theory or another, I guess, example could be, let's say the drop isn't as big, right? Because like I said, Sam's Club is not as big of a company as Costco. So if this bundle isn't widespread in like a huge thing or there's not a huge amount of supply, I think, it'll be these will go down 100%, even if it's not that big of a drop. But I don't think they'll drop probably as far as it did for the Costco drops. Maybe they'll only drop to about 100 around there. But the big thing will be how much of this product is really being released at Sam's Club. It seems like this is a relatively new product because I haven't really seen anyone talking about it. And I read some of the comments. It does seem like this just literally came out. So we'll read some of the comments, and I'll make a few more, I guess, of my own like statements. After two guys bought almost a whole pallet, $50 a piece, shaking my head at them still letting people do this. Yeah, I don't know why there's no limits. Which state? Ohio. I guess here's the SKU if you're interested. I guess it's not in the system because they asked one of the workers and it wasn't even in the system. I was told by the manager they just got this shipment that day, so I don't know how the guys knew. I was just shopping there for some water, laundry detergent, and saw, I guess they went to check, and whatever, they found it. Supposedly these are dropping on Friday in San Diego if anyone is in that area. I did see one box on the app. Okay, whatever. And yeah, time to camp the local Sam's Club again. I ended up with 40 Crown Zenith Sea and Sky boxes, and that was the most fun I've ever had ripping packs. So I guess he's just talking about how he's going to probably try to buy all of them. Okay. So it seems like this is a new thing. I mean, this post was made a day ago, so you guys maybe should check your local Sam's Club if you want to buy or potentially find these, because it seems like some places are getting them later, some places are getting them earlier. So if you have a Sam's Club near you, maybe it's worth checking or calling to see if they have them. But this guy did say that it wasn't even in the system, so I guess it's a really brand new thing. But I guess I'll end this video off by making my statement. I have said this on every single Prismatic Evolutions restock, PC ETB restock you guys just saw recently. I made a video. I bought more because we just got a second restock about a month in some change ago, and I was able to find a pretty good deal. Regular ETBs, you guys know recently I bought regular ETBs at like $85 a piece, and from this restock, or I guess drop, or whatever you want to call it, from Sam's Club, it's the same thing I would have said, with Costco. If you're not buying from this restock, I don't know what you're doing, right? Wherever prices go, because they will drop, right? Wherever this price goes down to, and we, get to a bottom, it's just another opportunity. And, I think people may look at this, right, and get the wrong idea. It's the same thing with Costco. People will probably see this, be like, oh, here's Pokemon reprinting everything into the ground, right? But this is just normal. We literally saw this with other sets previously when the market wasn't hyped with 151, Crown Zenith. This is just normal procedure for Pokemon to sell products at Sam's Club and Costco at these wholesale stores. This is not a new thing that, shines, oh, Pokemon, they're reprinting everything to the ground. It's literally what they've always been doing. Pokemon, even when the market has been down, has literally released Pokemon products at Costco's and Sam's Clubs. For example, the 151 UPCs at Costco, 151 ETBs at Costco, Crown Zenith ETBs at Costco, Sea and Sky boxes at Sam's Club, and some other products they've sold as well. This is not a new thing, but I know some people will get the wrong idea. Oh, this is the start of Pokemon printing the ground, and they'll probably not take advantage of wherever prices will drop from this Sam's Club drop. This is just another opportunity because I've talked about it before. Scarlet and Violet specialty ETBs. You look at every single specialty ETB. None have really gotten reprinted. So it's possible that these retail stores, these wholesale stores, Costco and Sam's Club, this potentially, right, I'm not saying it's going to happen because it could be different, but potentially this may be the last time you really get a chance to buy these ETBs at this low of a price. It's possible. But is it also possible that the other, I guess another thing happens where maybe they do keep reprinting these and there's actually a legitimate reprint? Maybe it's big. Sure. But like I said, I'm just using data from previous sets in Scarlet and Violet where it seems like Pokemon doesn't really reprint these ETBs, or they just haven't, right? So we'll see how widespread this gets, how big this drop is, and we'll see if we see prices start going down on TCG Player for this ETB. It'll probably be from this Sam's Club restock or drop, and I'll just keep up to date with you guys. I guess where prices go with each EBs. If I see them start to drop, I'll make a video about it. But yeah, I'm just letting you guys know early here that it seems like there's going to be a lot of the, or not a lot of these, but it seems like these are going to be showing up at Sam's Club. And like I said, we'll see how many are out there, how many show up. If it's big or a small drop, I'll definitely that'll play an effect of how low prices will go. But no, I don't think this is a sign that Pokemon's printing into the ground, and I don't think this is a calling that it's going to be MSRP. I mean, look at how big the Costco drop was, and it didn't even go anywhere near MSRP. But it will be a good chance for you guys out there if you want to buy some Prismatic Evolutions at a discount, potentially get them at at retail if you want to go to Sam's Club. So just want to share this with you. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.